Welcome back to my elevator vlog. I'm Chris. So summer has come and gone. Football has started. Labor Day has come and gone. So I figured what better time to go over my top 10 movies of 2013 summer than right now. Now my stipulations for this list: the movies have to have come out between May and Labor Day. I consider that the summer movie season. Anyway, on with the list. Number 10 is Kick-Ass 2, the sequel to the ever popular, as you can guess, Kick-Ass 1 by Matthew Vaughn. And the sequel was done by Jeff Wildlow. Now this series has an interesting connection with the X-Men movies, as Matthew Vaughn did the first Kick-Ass movie, and he has gone on to do X-Men First Class. And now Jeff Wildlow, who did Kick-Ass 2, is going on to direct X-Force. Anyway, enough about the director. Kick-Ass 2 had just as much fun and hilarity and gruesomeness as Kick-Ass 1. The only thing it didn't have was Nick Cage, but it replaced him with Jim Carrey, so now, a lot of these summer movies are coming out on Blu-ray and DVD. Now, Kick-Ass 2 is currently in a couple theaters here and there, but there's no release date yet for the Blu-ray and DVD. So keep an eye out on our Twitter, and we'll let you know when the release date comes out. Number 9 is The Fast and the Furious 6. Now, this series has become a guilty pleasure of mine as it's gone on, because it's gone from a street racing series to a kind of heist series. Justin Lin, the director of Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, which was kind of so-so, has come up to make really awesome movies. He did Fast and Furious, Fast 5, and Fast and Furious 6, and has been knocking it out of the park. Now granted, the action is a little bit over the top. I mean, there's a scene that takes place at an airstrip, and the airstrip seems to go on forever, but it's some pretty amazing action. Fast and the Furious 6 has not come out with a release date yet for its Blu-ray and DVD, but I'm assuming it'll be sometime by the end of this year. Number 8 is The Wolverine. Now, this is a great bounce-back film from X-Men Origins Wolverine in '09, directed by Gavin Hood, which had a messed up kind of origin for Deadpool and nobody really liked. I mean, seriously, try watching it. You'll turn it off within like the first half hour. This one, directed by James Mangold, who also directed 3:10 to Yuma and Walk the Line, takes place after the original 3 X-Men films, and kind of picks up with a dark, decrepit Logan. It draws a lot from the Wolverine comic by Chris Claremont and Frank Miller, their first run, and deals a lot with Logan having to come to terms with basically that he's immortal. And also has a lot to do with Silver Samurai. Now once again, there's no release date yet for the Blu-ray and DVD of the Wolverine, but I'm sure it should also be coming out either at the end of the year or near the beginning of next year. Number 7 is The Way, Way Back by first-time directors Nate Faxon and Jim Rash. Now, I could give you a little more about this, or you could just click on the video review that I already did of this movie by clicking right over here. Go ahead, click. I mean, I know you want to watch it. It's the first video I ever did, but it's pretty good. The Way, Way Back comes out on Blu-ray and DVD on October 22nd. Number 6 is Neil Blomkamp's sophomore effort feature film with Elysium. Blomkamp, of his District 9 fame, goes on with Elysium to continue his sci-fi epicness. Matt Damon and Jodie Foster add to Blomkamp's first big names in his feature films. Now, Elysium doesn't have a Blu-ray or DVD release date yet, but I'm sure it'll come out soon within the end of the year or next. Number 5.
Incoming call. I put it on screen.
Thanks, Jarvis. 1 second. Number 5, if you haven't guessed it, is Iron Man 3. Now, this is the first Marvel film to take place after the Avengers, and you can definitely see how the events of the Avengers have affected Tony Stark in this movie. Now, this is the first Iron Man movie that Jon Favreau has not directed. Shane Black took over, as Jon Favreau kind of took over a more producer role instead of directing this one. Shane Black had already worked with Robert Downey Jr. in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and with a fat version of Batman. More importantly, he did the whole Lethal Weapon series, so Marvel had no problem with handing over the reins to him. Now granted, there was some disappointment with the Mandarin and the remote-controlled Iron Man suits. But other than those minor quibbles, it was a really fun Marvel movie. And it had a lot of humor in it, which Tony Stark and Robert Downey Jr. are really known for. You can find Iron Man 3 on Blu-ray and DVD on September 30th. Number 4 is Edgar Wright's World's End. Now, last week I already reviewed this, so I'm just going to sit back and kind of have a cold one like the guys in the movie, and just drink it while you check out the review over there. So, just go ahead and click. Go for it. Yep. No, go ahead. Alright, I'll give you some background on it. It's written by Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright, and stars Edgar Wright, Nick Frost, Martin Freeman. It's about 5 friends that when they were younger tried to do a pub crawl and were unable to finish it. Anyway, fast forward to the future. Simon Pegg is still a little man-child and tries to gather up all his buddies again to do this pub crawl again. Needless to say, they run into some problems when the town they return to has basically gone all Stepford and everybody's turned into robots. World's End currently does not have a Blu-ray or DVD release date, but it is still in some theaters, so you should check it out. But I'm sure the DVD or Blu-ray will be out probably later this year or early next year. Gotta finish this now? Ooh. Alright, so for number 3, I'm trying to find a place in my schedule to put this, but it looks like tomorrow's the apocalypse.
Today we are canceling the apocalypse!
Thanks, Idris Elba. I can clear my schedule now. Number 3 is Guillermo del Toro's Pacific Rim. Guillermo del Toro, the master of monster movies, puts his stamp on the monsters versus robots battle. Like we're talking Godzilla versus a Megazord. You know, Power Rangers, Megazord.
Hold on, Tommy's in trouble.
This movie's a blast to watch. It had such giant scale, no pun intended. You really felt the size of these creatures and the robots. Not to mention, if you're a big anime fan, it had a lot of tropes that match along with anime. Pacific Rim is out on Blu-ray on October 15th. Catch it on Blu-ray. It is awesome. If you can find it anywhere in theaters still, check it out on the biggest screen you can find. Number 2, all I have to say is, it's J.J. Abrams' second Star Trek film, Star Trek Into Darkness. It stars Sherlock, Siler, Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy, and the new Judge Dredd. Oh, and Chris Pine. This is a much darker Star Trek than the first one. Much like most sequels are. I mean, look at Empire Strikes Back. Back to the Future 2. Okay, Back to the Future 2 really wasn't dark, but it was awesome. And much like the original Star Trek 2. Anyway, Benedict Cumberbatch adds to this fantastic cast of characters and really shines. Star Trek Into Darkness is already out on Blu-ray and DVD. You can easily go pick it up and check it out. And the number 1 movie, if you haven't guessed it by the title of this vlog, well, I'll let you look at the title of the vlog. Hold on one second. I'll go ahead and look. Seriously, no, go. No, go ahead and look. I'll let you figure it out. Number 1 is Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. Now, this is the Superman movie I've been waiting for. Now, I like Superman Returns. I liked the Superman series with Christopher Reeve. But this is the Superman from my generation. The script, written by David Goyer, was able to push across the epicness and the weight of the world that is on Superman's shoulders. And this is just basically Superman beginning, Superman learning about himself. And all you haters that talk about the collateral damage, Superman is not an omnipresent being. He can't be everywhere at once. He's dealing with the one major problem, and that was Zod. Having Christopher Nolan help Zack Snyder with this really brought a realism to this film franchise. The world really felt lived in and really made me want more. And it was great to see Superman actually punch somebody for once. I know he's the big blue Boy Scout, but sometimes you just gotta put a fist to a face to protect the people you love and care about. Man of Steel comes out on Blu-ray and DVD on November 13th. Pick it up, or at least go to your rental store and rent it. Watch it, especially if you're a fan of Superman. And that's my top 10 movies of the summer of 2013. And now for my question of the day. I want to know, what was your favorite movie of the summer? Write it down in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button down there and give it a thumbs up. And also, don't forget to subscribe. That way you can see every video we release each week. Also, we're on Twitter now. Check in the description below. It'll have a link to our Twitter, and you can follow us. We'll have daily tweets when the videos come up, and also information about movie, pop culture, geekdom, television, video games, anything that we can cover on this channel. Till next time, I'm Chris from Wild Man Vlog, and I gotta get them to stop making Jurassic Park 4. Maybe if I get a petition going, I can get some people to